Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day and you enjoyed Thaemine prog as much as I have throughout the week. I hope you guys have had a good Thaemine launch week. If you haven't gotten into Thaemine yet, or if you're a newer player, welcome to Lost Ark. It is definitely something you can look forward to. It is the most fun raid I have ever done in Lost Ark. Mainly Gate 3. Gates 1 and 2 was kind of meh, so it was okay. I mean, Gate 2 was pretty cool with the dragon and all, but Gate 1 really is, not my favorite. But Thaemine himself, Gate 3, we only got to do normal mode because we are 16-20 on the breakers, so we're going to slowly push up to hard mode, but apparently there is a roadmap coming out tomorrow, so we'll be covering that as well on the channel. And Enkinder is going to be in that, and it's going to be a shorter roadmap than usual, so we're expecting Enkinder to probably be in late June or July. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But for the main part, this video is just going to be my week 1 Thaemine experience. I'm going to talk to you guys and just leave up the background footage of Gate 3, which I have like at least 8 to 15 hours of footage of. It actually took us, I think, overall 15 to 18 hours to actually get it done. This is only on normal mode, by the way, so it's quite a lot of work to go in there and memorize all those patterns and then just not play greedy. You have to respect the patterns. You have to play good. Everybody has to do it. If anybody dies early, it's really hard depending on your group. We did go through quite a few bugs because we do have a static that we actually recently formed up, and we did Gate 1 and 2 with them. And then Gate 3 we got to on the first night. This is all within our first raid night on Wednesday. I was live streaming this all over at twitch.tv/Augiesaint. You guys should drop on by. We'll be going at it tomorrow again on reset. But what happened with our group? Yeah, so our group, we finished Gate 1. I think 3 pulls was Gate 1. It was super easy. I think I was dead on the pull. I think it was like 3 people alive for our clear on Gate 1. It was very easy. I pretty much don't remember anything about Gate 1. And then Gate 2 with a dragon, I believe we had 1 or 2 deaths maybe once we mastered it at the end. So we actually beat that one with like, you know, at least 80% of the group alive for that one. Pretty good. I do remember quite a bit of that. The most fun part about that was actually hitting all the counter stuff. Like when you have to hit the 8 counters as a group and then you run up the path there with the dragon closing in behind you. That feels kind of cool. Like I've never felt anything like that in Lost Ark in a raid before. So I really enjoyed that. And then fighting the dragon himself on the big platform there where you can fall off and like get stun locked and just murdered. It's a pretty cool fight. I do enjoy it overall. We were playing Kingfist for Gates 1, 2 and 3 on the first 2 nights, first night and the second night. And actually recently, a few days ago, when was it? Like 2 days ago, I think now. We did rebuild the breaker to Ashura. We've actually jacked it up and juiced it out, so be on the lookout for that video. The Ashura, the week 4, 5, whatever week we're on now, breaker experience, a little update on what's happening with my breaker. But we have juiced our breaker up now, and we actually managed to get the clear on Ashura. So that's what prompted me to then fully commit to Ashura and make a build. We did as well gamble level 10 gem, so you'll see that on a short pretty soon. All of this was done live as well over on the stream, so come check them out. A lot of fun stuff happening. So that's Gates 1, 2, super easy. Gates 2 I think took us maybe about an hour and a half to clear. On the first raid night we went in there at about 7, so we spent about 5 hours in Thaemine in total on the first raid night. But the first gate literally 3 pulls, so however long that was. Second gate about an hour and a half, so I'd say about 2 hours on the first 2 gates combined, and then Thaemine 3 hours on, you know, the last 3 hours was purely spent on Thaemine in Gate 3. Now previously I had not watched any video on Gate 3. I've only watched a video, like a guide on Gate 1 and 2, a little bit about the mechs, and then I watched the Saint Tone thing about like the patterns and stuff, but I didn't really get time to get around to watching Gate 3 1. So more or less I went into Gate 3 pretty blind. The rest of the group had all seen a bit here and there, everybody seen different amounts. And then after the 3 hours of pulling on the first night, we've actually managed to get him down to 125 bar was the closest we got him on the first night. I believe that's around, yeah, the clashes with the arenas in like half, and you almost made it to like the last clash with the 90 bars, but we didn't get quite that far on the first night. Second night, we went in again, and we also got pretty low, I think around 125 again. Then I think it was 140 on the first night and then 125 on the second night. After all the prog and stuff, and then our shadow hunter had to leave, so I ended up getting a random pug slayer in, and he was actually pumping and juicing. And then I can't remember if it was that night or the night afterwards, we went in again and we actually managed to get it down to 14 bars, but there's only like 2 or 3 people alive, but was so close. We actually managed to get it down to like 14 bars. It was extremely close, and we almost had it done just then. but then fatigue set in and we had to change our people in the group because people had to leave and stuff like that. I believe there was some, oh yeah, the Slayer's girlfriend asked him to make food or something, and we all told him that we'll get you Uber Eats, what's your number, what's your address, we'll all send you food. And he said no, his cooking is better than what Uber Eats could ever do or what they could order in. So that was a nice little funny thing that we'll probably remember forever now, because that is with us in this video and our hearts in Thaemine prog. So we had a juice and Slayer had to leave because of his had to go cook some food for his girlfriend. So he went and did that, and then we recruited somebody else, just, you know, plugging people up, getting people in. There's a lot of people actually on the gate. We got in somebody and it was just going like, so at that point we'd already been at it for like 2 or 3 hours, so we were all getting tired ourselves, and then the pugs over there were also getting tired, so we just ended it there. Best still being that 14 bar, we couldn't get back to it, so we went in the next day, me, Bruley and Newman, which is the 3 of us from our static, and then the rest of the boys didn't show up. Not that they didn't show up, they just didn't, we only agreed to raid the first 2 nights like that, and then the rest we're just going to pug or see when we could meet up again. Otherwise we'll meet up next week. So that's what we left it at. And then us 3, we felt like going in because we really wanted to kill this guy. We wanted to get Thaemine down this week. We really wanted to kill Thaemine before. He said we wanted to get him down. So we went back in there. I think it took us about 2 nights after that. And then eventually we got the clear. Was it last night? I think just before this video on Monday. It was either Monday or Sunday. Everything's a blur to me right now. It's all I can think of is Thaemine, and all I can see is like the patterns and the clashes and the red and the darkness and the poop and the sword and the countering. That's all that's just flashing through my brain right now. But absolutely enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it. I really liked how you had to respect all the patterns, because usually before in Lost Ark the patterns is multiple things. Like there's the wipe mechs where you just, you know what to do depending on the bar. You do the wipe mech and you're fine. And then the little patterns, most of the time you can greed most of the little patterns. You don't have to learn all of the patterns. You can use push immunities and stuff like that to just, you know, greed through them. Or you know a few of them and you step out of them in them. Like a Khan is only the really punishing one. I guess I do these on Brel as well, just without even realizing it because we've done it so much. But on Thaemine, it just steps it up a notch. Like there you get super punished, so you forced to learn a pattern. You can't just follow the group around and get hit willy-nilly here and there and just, you know, get up and walk away from it. On the sword patterns and stuff like that, where he like slashes, it's a one-shot. I get one shot through 200k HP on my breaker. If I have my shield up, I can survive and greed a little bit sometimes, or depending on like if we have a support buff up at that time, like a shield or something. But for the most part, anybody gets hit and they're dead pretty much on any of the like raid patterns. You're dead. There's a few other things that you don't get killed by, like the swords attacks, but you do get these bleed stacks, and those make you take so much more damage. I think it's 20% per stack. It's crazy. It's just really makes you respect the raid. So what I can give to anybody going into Thaemine is respect the patterns, learn the patterns, don't worry about your DPS in the beginning. If everybody survives straight through to the end, like this is normal mode. Obviously a hard mode, you do have to push a lot harder for your DPS. And that just means you have to learn the patterns faster on hard mode, because you can greed if you know the patterns. The patterns happen fast enough where you cannot react to them when you see them pop up. So you have to know what they are before they come out, and it gives you more than enough time to move to the correct place if you can identify the pattern before it comes out. So you can't react to it, but you can identify, and it gives you a lot of time to actually move into the correct place. So you have to always be checking the boss, and just, you know, you got to be comfortable on your class. So it really puts into perspective like how comfortable are you on your class. Because if you're not comfortable on your class, you're going in there with something you're not like fully muscle memory with and familiar with, you're going to be looking at your action bar, trying to see your skills and stuff, and in that split second that you look down at your action bar, Thaemine could do the tell, like lift up his sword, or, you know, stand up in the middle, jump up, so you know he's going to fart and stuff like that, and you look down and you don't see it, and then you cannot react fast enough to actually get out of it. So you have to become familiar with your character so that you can focus on the Thaemine, actually focus on the raid boss for once, not just go in there and smack and like look up at the health bar every now and then to see what major mech is going to come out at like what health bar, which I really enjoyed about it. It was so much fun. I've never had more fun getting my face smashed in. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to go in there again next week. And we're going to slowly push up our character and see once we can actually go do it on hard mode. Hard mode is basically, I mean, it's still, every pattern's going to one-shot you, so you have to learn the patterns. I believe there's a few extra patterns on hard mode, and obviously the DPS checks and everything are a lot tighter. So there is that. Looking forward to it. Really enjoyed it. There's definitely something you guys can look forward to as you're pushing up your characters. You can go in at 1610 item level, and I believe it is fully, easily beatable at that item level. You just really need to know the pattern so you can get good uptime on them without dying instantly. That's about it for this video, guys. I hope you all had the best time with Thaemine. You got him down this week and you're excited to go back in there next week. Let me know down below in the comments how much you guys like Thaemine, which gate was your favorite, 1, 2, or 3, or 4 if you're doing hard mode, and how you just enjoyed this raid overall. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please drop a like and a sub to the channel. It helps me out so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next one as well as on the streams. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying.